Fractal Messenger, filling the great galactic clusters with stars accounted for, but yet uncounted, leaving copious evidence of this same message at the subatomic level, unknowable and forever far outside any organic experiences, saying more than we can ever grasp in the gurgling of each tiny creek, incredibly obvious everywhere we look, yet nowhere to be seen. Not alive as in our poor understanding, nor dead as we can only witness, talking to us without a voice in channels outside our senses, caching the entire mystery complete in uncountable, infinitesimal clues, bearing not the slightest resemblance to the deities of our childish fairytale afterlives, hidden from us by our subconscious projections of ourselves upon it, comporting in timescales and distances far beyond our imaginations, wholly too ignorant to take part in scholarly debate with clever theologians, filtering every bit of information through each raindrop in every rainbow, revealing all its secrets in the moss that grows on the striations of a boulder, utterly mute in terms of commandments, calls to belief, and tests of faith, dripping all wisdom from every icicle hanging in the late winter sunlight, blasting forth all knowledge in each burst of radiation from every neutron star, reciting not a single line of internal dialogues along with our personal saviors, encrypting the entire message in each of an infinity of absolutely random packets, perfectly reflected in my limitless ignorance and our greatest discoveries, neither far away nor inside us, not with us, but never leaving us alone, expressing everything we know in the change marked by our final breath, showing its entirety in each brief twinkling of the firmament above, invisible but for the endless forms of its shadows, echoes, and reflections, inscribing the full message in patterns on the birds, the reptiles, and the fish, completely occupying all the borders of each one of our Zen-like contradictions, as indifferent to new life as to the struggles which lead inevitably to death, playing the same countless variations with raindrops as falling leaves, dancing briefly in morning sunlight, peeping out from under dark clouds, simply as likely to grant an unearned forgiveness as to punish unfairly, deeply underpinning our endless and hopeless but inescapable struggles, forming foreground and background, past, present, and future, blind witness without memory, testifying only in insoluble riddles, radiating uncountable variations of perfection on this infinitesimally small world, as dense in empty space as in those songs that fill our entire hearts, outlining a paradox whose purpose we can never approach deciphering, neither concerned with cause nor aware of outcomes, transforming hellish nuclear fission into warm winter sunlight, source of no dogma, but reflected in the maths we see underlying the cosmos, bombarding from every direction with signals which travel unnoticed straight through us, discerning each tiny peep in the vast white noise which fades back into entropy, reabsorbing each droplet of consciousness without a conscious thought, creating the music with the silence between the notes, emitting fractal miracles regardless of magnification, size, or distance, incapable of any jealousy and unable to demand a fraction of our tiny faith, possessed of no knowledge but without any questions, filling the time and space outside of our universe, making not a single promise to either sinner or sufferer, backdrop to the background radiation from the Big Bang, forever ungraspable but simultaneously inescapable, undisturbed by the faint noise with which we try to hide it, offering no consolation, bereft of mercy and unable to forgive, totally accepting, endlessly patient, and tolerant without comprehension, filling everywhere to capacity with a mindless, insensate wisdom, always within us but never really with us. Dancing with the shadows of the flickering firelight on the cave wall, caring as much for our lives as shiny drops of dew on one tiny blade of grass, grinning behind quantum dice as the clockwork universe unfolds, unaware of our contemplations as part of itself, holding men as responsible for their actions as it does the flowing rivers.